We're joined live by News 4's White House correspondent Jon Decker. So, Jon, this Thursday, President Biden and Vice President Harris will make their first trip together since Biden ended his candidacy and Harris became the Democratic presidential nominee. Why is this event so significant? Do you expect Biden and Harris will campaign together often during the final 85 days of the campaign?
Well, Kinsley, I think the answer to those questions are actually connected. I don't think that this is going to be the norm. We're going to see a lot of these types of events where you have President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris on the same stage at the same time. This event that will take place on Thursday is an official event in which the president and the vice president will tout some of their accomplishments that they've had over the course of the past 3.5+ years, including lowering the cost of prescription drugs. President Biden has also spoken about this other campaign event that would take place in the battleground state of Pennsylvania for Vice President Harris, but no date has been put on the schedule. And the reason I say we're unlikely to see many of these types of events is because, quite frankly, President Biden is not very popular, and I think that the vice president wants to keep an arm's length distance from him as she campaigns herself for the White House.
So where does the race stand in the latest presidential polls, Jon?
New polls out this weekend, Kinsley, show that this race, the dynamics of this race have changed dramatically over the course of the past 5 weeks. A New York Times Siena College poll shows that Kamala Harris leads Donald Trump in 3 key battleground states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, by 4 points, 50 to 46% in each of those states. And that margin still remains the same, even when you factor in third-party candidates like Cornel West and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Still a lot of time, 85 days until Election Day, but clearly this race has tightened up quite a bit, and it's vastly different than it was 5 weeks ago.
Very interesting stuff there, Jon Decker. That's our time, but thanks for joining us today on News 4 at 5. So just as we did for the Republican National Convention, News 4 has you covered for the Democratic National Convention starting next Monday. Each night from Monday to Thursday, we'll be joined live from the convention with the latest developments and hearings.